Thanks, Kelly. The next classroom is really a climate of respect. Whenever the children were making comments, she was affirming what they were doing, and she was specifically saying what kind of goals they were achieving through their response. Like, I noticed how you're using your schema to answer this question. And if children were ever distracted or their comment was slightly off task, she would redirect it in a positive way. I see what you're saying, but, and make a comment to link back to the goal. So I think the way in which she supported the children's responses was very positive. And she used a lot from Keene's text. She used a lot of the I wonder, tell me more. She was probing a lot and getting those kids to think with good pauses. And it seemed so natural. It seemed like, something she's been doing for a long time. And the children were so...
Some of it I haven't been doing for a long time, so I'm glad I came across that way.
And the children were so open, to share the responses. They didn't seem nervous about it. They got so excited. And I noticed the other children kind of perked up, too, when she would affirm one child's response. They're like, oh, I noticed, too. So it's really affecting the children in a positive way, the way in which she is responding to their comments. And overall, I felt like the children really know the routine, and the transitions were so smooth. Work was started right away. There wasn't any time wasted. The children knew where they should be, what they should be doing. And it was very quiet and peaceful in there. It was just an environment that you could easily read and be comfortable.
Thank you, Kelly.
First of all, to do this, to open yourself up and to be willing to be the fish in the fishbowl is pretty amazing. So thank you for doing that. And as a fellow fourth grade teacher right next door, I'm taking away so many ahas because I'm teaching theme, starting to teach theme, and so I'm totally going to copycat you and use this. And I'm celebrating the fact that you're willing to do this and that I'm taking away so much. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate that you are letting us, come into your room. The control and the grace that you had with your students. You told them that you were nervous, which we all would be. But watching, it didn't seem that way, and your kids. I mean, it's just magical being able to watch that happen, and their love and their respect for you. That they were, all of the kids seemed that they were completely with you at all times, and you had said you wanted to work on speaking softer, and I noticed at times you got a little quiet and asked a question, and they were with you the whole time. So I really appreciated that.
Thanks. They're not all there yet, though. Still, there's, I think yesterday's lesson really helped about shortcuts. So it'd be interesting to see what you found out in your individual conversations with kids. I'm really curious about that, and I just can see I've got more work to do.
I noticed that the students played a role in creating that the chart about the theme. It was their thoughts. You said you rewrote it, but and it was valued. What they said was valued. It was charted, and then I imagine you added to it, and you were referring to it in the lesson. So,
sure. Yeah. And actually, I did copy exactly what they had told me we'd done. It was just that I'd written it big and sloppy, and it had taken up the whole paper because I used 2 lines, and I wanted to make it so that we could add to it as our thinking. That's a dramatic change to me in what I did even last spring compared to now, and it's a really conscious effort that I'm trying to do, and it's hard, because my mind is thinking.
It was very intentional probing. It was constructed.
And I noticed the kids continued with their thinking versus just taking on this, I did it, and stopping there. Will you look at other data points that will change your groups up a little bit? Because I think of DE as a one, time test that maybe that read that you gave today was indicative that maybe some of the kids weren't ready for that,
Right.
And
I switch my groups up all the time. My pair share partners pretty much stay the same for quite a lengthy period of time, but my groups are always different. So last week's groups were just a mixture of kids. I mean, I had the DE results in, but I just mixed up kids randomly. Today, I really wanted to focus, and I wanted some of my children that need some more thinking time and to get a better picture of where they were. And so I did use the DE results, but next week there'll be different groups again. Sometimes I've done it on interests. If we're reading about different things, I'll even give them a choice. I plan on using the monitoring comprehension. There are some stories in there. One's about it's writing with a pencil, but one they can pick is about smoking, one's about helping kids at a well, and then they get to pick their article, and then I'll meet with them based on their interests. So usually my groups are not based on a DE. It's just something that was right there that we had just done, so I used it. But a lot of it will be on my observations of what different kids need when I conference with them too. So the groups will definitely change.